Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a new military list. Today we have the top 10 fighter aircraft organized by the Air Superiority rule. I would like to remind you that on the channel you can find also 2 more lists organized by the ground attack and the multi-role criteria. You can find them on the right up corner or in the description of the video. We started this top 10 with the F2 from Japan and the United States. This is an evolution of the F16 from United States. It's being produced from 1995 with the introduction in 2000. The latest upgrade is the F2A and it has a cost of $120 billion. Until now they built 98 of them. It has a length of 15.5 meters, an height of 4.9 meters and a wingspan of 11.1 meters, with a wing area of 34.8 square meters. It has a range of 833 km for combat and 3,900 km for ferry range. The service ceiling is 18,000 meters, the rate of climb is 255 meters per second, and for the power plant we can find one engine with 131 kN total power. It can reach a maximum speed of 2,130 km per hour or Mach 1.7 and a cruise speed of 930 km per hour or Mach 0.7. For the avionics we can find also here an AESA radar, electronic warfare systems, chaff and flare dispensers, and targeting and flyer pod. It has an empty weight of 9,530 kg with a maximum takeoff weight of 22,100 kg. For the payload, here is a little higher, we find 8,090 kg for 13 hard points. For the armament, we can find one gun of 20mm, a Vulcan Gatling cannon, and a mix of air-to-air missiles, anti-ship missiles, guided bombs, dump bombs, cluster bombs, and rocket pods. At the 9th spot we can find the F18 Super Hornet from United States. It has a crew of 2 produced from 1995 and more than 600 of them were built until now. It costs $70 million and the latest upgrade, the F18 Advanced Super Hornet, was introduced in 2014. It has a length of 18 meters with a wingspan of 13 meters and a wing area of 47 square meters. It can reach a maximum speed of 1,900 km per hour with a combat radius of 722 km. It has a range of 2,400 km with a service ceiling of 15,500 meters. The rate of climb is 228 meters per second and the power plant is made by 2 turbofans with a total power of 196 kN. For the avionics we can find an AESA radar, jammer, SCM, electronic warfare systems, radar warning receiver, chaff flares dispensers, and targeting pods. The F18 empty weight is 14,550 kg with a payload of 8,000 kg. The maximum takeoff weight is 30,000 kg. For the main gun we have a 20mm Vulcan Gatling cannon, while for the armament we have 11 hard points with a mix of air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-radiation missiles, guided bombs, air bombs and cluster bombs. Important, these aircraft can be transported and launched by aircraft carriers. At the 8th spot we can find the F15 Strike Eagle from United States. It has a crew of 2 sitting tandem, it's being produced from 1989 and 420 of them were built until now, with a cost of $31 million. And it has a length of 19 meters with a wingspan of 13 meters with a combat radius of 1,270 km. It has a range of 3,900 km with a service ceiling of 18,200 meters. The rate of climb is 254 meters per second with the power plant made by 2 turbofans with a total power of 260 kN. It can reach a maximum speed of 3,020 km per hour or Mach 2.5. and a cruise speed of 1,056 km per hour or Mach 0.8. For the avionics we can find an AESA radar, an HES, IFF, electronic warfare system, radar warning receivers and ACS, with the usual chaff flare dispensers and targeting pods. The F15 empty weight is 14,300 kg with a payload of 10,400 kg. The maximum takeoff weight is 36,700 kg. For the main gun we have a 20mm Vulcan Gatling cannon, while for the armament we have 9 hard points with a mix of air-to-air, air-to-surface and anti-ship missiles, guided bombs, air bombs, nuclear bombs and cluster bombs. At the 7th spot we can find the F35 Lightning II from United States. It has a crew of 1 and it's being produced from 2006. More than 455 of them were built until now, and it has a cost between $82 and $108 million depending on the variant. It was introduced in 2015. It has a length of 15.4 meters and a wingspan of 11 meters. The wing area is 43 square meters, with a wing loading of 525 kilograms per square meter. The combat radius is 1,300 kilometers in subsonic speed. The range is 2,800 kilometers in standard speed. The service sailing is 15,000 meters with a rate of climb of 228 meters per second, and the power plant is one turbofan with a total power of 190 kN. It can reach a maximum speed of 1,930 km per hour or Mach 1.6 and a cruise speed of 1,000 km per hour or Mach 0.8. For the avionics we can find an AESA radar, electronic warfare system, missile launch detector, a targeting system and of course chaff and flares dispensers. The F35 has an empty weight of 13,150 kg with a maximum takeoff weight of 31,750 kg. For the payload we have a maximum of 8,200 kg. The main gun is a 25mm rotary cannon that is present inside the aircraft for the A version and outside in a stealth gun pod for the B and C versions. Here we can find also 6 hard points for drop tanks and many other missiles. The external hard points are very useful because they increase the maximum number of weapons the aircraft can transport. But they can be a problem because with the external weapons the stealth feature will be reduced. For the armament we have 2 internal bases and a total of 4 launchers. And we can have a mix between air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, guided bombs, dump bombs, also this time also nuclear, anti-radiation missiles and cluster bombs. At the 6th spot we can find the Rafale from France. It has a crew of 2 sitting tandem, it's being produced from 1986 and more than 200 of them were built until now. It costs almost $80 million with the latest upgrade, the F3R standard introduced in 2018. It has a length of 15.3 meters, an height of 5.3 meters and a wingspan of 10.9 meters. The wing area is 45.7 square meters. It has a range of 1,850 km for combat and 3,700 km for ferry range. The service sailing is 15,235 meters. The rate of climb is 305 meters per second with a power plant made by 2 turbofans with a total power of 150 kN. It can reach a maximum speed of 1,912 km per hour or Mach 1.8 with a super cruise of 1,730 km per hour or Mach 1.4. Here the super cruise is very good. For the avionics we can find an AESA radar, a PESA radar, electronic warfare system, IRST, radar warning receiver, laser warning receiver, chaff flare dispenser and reconnaissance and targeting pods. The Rafale empty weight is 10,000 kg with a payload of 9,500 kg. The maximum takeoff weight is 24,500 kg. The main gun is a 30mm cannon, while for the armament we have 14 hard points with a mix of air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, nuclear missiles, guided bombs and air bombs. Also this one can be transported and launched from aircraft carriers. And we start the top 5 with the Eurofighter Typhoon from Germany, Spain, UK and Italy. It has a crew of 1, it's being produced from 2003, 723 of them were built until now and it cost $90 million. The latest version, the Eurofighter Typhoon Tranche 3A, was introduced in 2010. It has a length of 15 meters with a wingspan of only 10 meters, with a combat radius of 1,390 km. The range is 3,800 km with a service sailing of 90,820 meters. The rate of climb is 318 meters per second and the power plant is made by 2 turbofans with a total power of 180 kN. It can reach a speed of 2,500 km per hour. Very interesting, this aircraft has a super cruise of 1,900 km per hour or Mach 1.5. This means that it can reach this speed without using the afterburner, saving a lot of fuel and achieving an high speed. For the avionics we can find a captor radar, a Doppler radar, also here an AESA radar, passive IRST, radar warning receiver, laser warning receiver, chaff flare dispensers and targeting pods. The Typhoon empty weight is 11,000 kg with a payload higher than 9,000 kg. The maximum takeoff weight is 23,500 kg. For the main gun we have a 27mm Mauser revolver cannon, while for the armament we have 13 hardpoints with a mix of air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-radiation missiles and guided bombs. At the fourth spot we have the Su-35 from Russia. It's been produced from 1987 and introduced in 2008 with the latest upgrade, the Sukhoi 35S, introduced in 2014. Until now more than 150 of them were built, with a cost of $84 million. It has a length of 21.9 meters, an height of 5.9 meters and a wingspan of 15.3 meters, and a wing area of 62 square meters. It can reach a combat range of 1,600 kilometers, while the ferry range is 4,500 kilometers, with a service sailing of 18,000 meters and a rate of climb of 280 meters per second. For the power plant we can find two engines with a total power of 284 kN with thrust vectoring. It can reach a maximum speed of 2,400 km per hour or Mach 2.3 and a super cruise of 1,400 km per hour or Mach 1.1. For the avionics we can find a PESA radar, passive electronic scanned array, electronic warfare system, IRST, radar warning receiver, laser warning receiver, radar jamming system and chaff flare dispensers. The empty weight is 19,000 kg with a maximum takeoff weight of 34,500 kg and a payload of 8,000 kg for 12 hardpoints. The main gun is a 30mm autocannon, while for the rest of the armament we can find air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-radiation missiles, guided bombs and rockets. And we can finally start the top 3 of the list with the J20 from China. It has a crew of 1 and it's been produced from 2011. Until now 28 of them were built with a cost of $110 million. It was introduced in 2017. It has a length of 20.4 meters and a wingspan of 13.5 meters. It has a wing area of 78 square meters with a wing loading of 340 kg per square meter. The combat radius is 2000 km in subsonic speed, with a maximum range of 6000 km. The service sailing is 20,000 meters, with a rate of climb of 304 meters per second. And for the power plant we have 2 turbofans with a total power of 360 kN. It can reach a maximum speed of 2400 km per hour or Mach 2.2, and we don't have a super cruise here. Very soon we will see what a super cruise is. For the avionics, also in this case we can find an AESA radar, a missile launch detector and a passive radar warning receiver. Moreover, we have of course chaff and flare dispensers. The J20 empty weight is 19,390 kg, with a maximum takeoff weight of 37,000 kg, while the payload is 10,000 kg. We don't have a main gun, it's quite strange actually, and we can find also 4 hardpoints external of course that can launch PL-15 missiles or drop tanks. For the armament we have 3 internal bays with a total of 10 launchers for air-to-air missiles or guided bombs. 2 launchers are present in the 2 internal bays on the sides, while the other 8 launchers are present in the main internal bay in the center of the aircraft. Like before, remember the external hardpoints are useful, but they reduce the stealth features. At the second spot we can find another stealth aircraft, the Sukhoi 57 from Russia. It has a crew of 1 and it's being produced from 2010. Until now 10 of them were built, with a cost of $42 million. It has a length of 20 meters, a wingspan of 14.1 meters and a wing area of 78.8 square meters. The wing loading is 320 kg per square meter. It has a combat range of 1,500 kilometers. The maximum range is 4,500 kilometers, with a service sailing of 20,000 meters and a rate of climb of 3,061 meters per second. For the power plant we can find 2 turbofans with a total power of 354 kN, this one with thrust vectoring. It can reach a maximum speed of 2120 km/h or Mach 2 with a super cruise of 1710 km/h or Mach 1.6. For the avionics also in this case we can find an AESA radar, a passive radar warning receiver, electronic countermeasures system, ACS and chaff flare dispensers. The Su-57 empty weight is 18,000 kg with a maximum takeoff weight of 35,000 kg. While for the payload we have almost 10,000 kg. The main gun is a 30mm autocannon, and we can find also 6 external hardpoints. Like any other stealth aircraft, as always, the external hardpoints are very good for extra weapons, but less good for stealth feature. For the main armament we can find 2 internal bases with a total of 6 launchers, for air-to-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-radiation missiles, guided bombs and cluster bombs. And we finally reached the end of the list with the first position, the F22 Raptor from United States. It has a crew of 1 and it was produced from 1997 until 2011. In fact, it's not in production anymore, but they built 195 of them until now. It has a cost of $150 million and it was introduced in 2005. It has a length of 18.9 meters with a wingspan of 13.6 meters and a wing area of 78 square meters. The wing loading is 380 kg per square meter and it has a combat radius of 1090 km in subsonic speed or 500 km in supersonic speed. The maximum range is 2960 km with a service ceiling of 20,000 meters and a rate of climb of 350 meters per second. For the power plant we can find 2 turbofans with a total power of 312 kN with thrust vectoring. This means that the thrusters can be angled in different ways to achieve an higher maneuverability. The maximum speed is 2400 km/h or Mach 2.25, and we have also a super cruise of 1960 km/h or Mach 1.82. The super cruise means that it can fly faster than the sound, but without using the afterburners. Without using the afterburners, not only you reduce the fuel cost and you can fly for more time, but you also reduce your heat signature and you are less detectable. So this is a very useful feature to have on your aircraft. For the avionics we can find an AESA radar, electronic warfare system, missile launch detector, a targeting system and of course chaff and flares dispensers. The F22 empty weight is 19,700 kg with a maximum takeoff weight of 38,000 kg. The maximum payload is 9,000 kg. The main gun is a 20mm Vulcan Gatling cannon and we can find also 4 external hardpoints for drop tanks or medium range anti-air missiles. For the main armament we have 3 internal bases with a total of 8 launchers. In this case we have 1 bigger internal bay in the middle and 2 smaller internal bays on the sides. The smaller internal bays on the sides can only launch anti-air missiles and just one of them, while the main internal bay has the other 6 launchers for anti-air missiles, air-to-surface missiles or guided bombs. Okay, also this list is finished and as always we are here for the final considerations. As a bonus, today you can find here, as you can see, the Su-47 or Sukhoi 47. This one is a prototype aircraft that was cancelled, so it's not in production. I thought this one would be fun to see because it's a rare aircraft, exists just one in only a prototype. So I thought it would be interesting to see it in this list as a bonus. And what about the final considerations of this list? The aircraft that you can find here are the same that you can find also in the multi-role top 10 or in the ground attack or stealth aircraft top 5. Even if the aircraft are the same, of course the order is very different because we are considering a different criteria, in this case the air superiority. For the air superiority, the most important part that you have to keep in mind are the air-to-air missiles, the overall performance like climb rate, speed, acceleration and similar, because they need to make maneuvers to avoid the enemies or to engage them, and of course also the stealth features because they can attack others without being noticed. So in this list a according to these criteria, the positions are the one you have seen in the video. But if you are curious to know how the positions can change according to other roles, you can check also my other videos, clicking in the right top corner or in the description of the video, where you can find also the same aircraft in different roles like the multi-role or ground attack. There are also different aircraft in the list, of course. As always, if you liked this list, I would like to remind you that you can leave me a thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me, and if not, why not. If I made any kind of mistake, let me know so I can improve for the next time. And see you, as always, every Saturday with a new video. Bye!